Hey, what's going on? XD here, back again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can mix some house vocals, deep house vocals to be exact, but you can still apply this technique to any vocal that you have that you want to use. It's more or less the same thing. There's no special treatment for any vocals, but there's techniques that go depending with a certain type of vocal and how it sounds. Remember, vocals are different with each person that performs them, and with how they're recorded as well. So presets are a good way to start, but usually you need to know how to actually do it manually without using any presets. So let's begin with this vocal. I'm just gonna play this vocal with the track that it's in, and then I'm gonna play it on its own.
Girl, I know you got some dreams. It ain't your fault he can't see you're a queen. I know you feel me through the speed. Just hear my words and let them sink. Riding, 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 riding.
So that's the vocal. It sounds really nice and classy, and it's performed pretty well, but you can tell that the vocal is really soft. It's not like a really powerful vocal, like compared to something that is really yelled at, that is really powerful and it's recorded properly. And the first thing to note here is that these vocals are not dry. What I mean by that is that they have effects on them. They have reverb and some delay on them. If I can solo it, you can hear properly.
Girl, I know you got some dreams.
You can hear the reverb and the delay on them. And if I can zoom into the wave, you can see the tail of the reverb and the delay on this. So if you get some vocals sent, you would want the vocals to be sent dry so that you add these on your own manually. But if you cannot do it, if it's vocals maybe you are bootlegging or that you just downloaded or something and they already have they are not they wet, they're not dry, then this is how you would approach this. And I feel like a lot of people need to know this much more than knowing how to work with dry vocals. So right now we're going to go to the mixer and we're going to start processing these vocals. So I'm going to start by processing them without the beat playing, but just the vocals on their own.
Girl, I know you got some dreams.
So firstly, let me add an EQ and see what type of frequencies we're going to be playing with.
Girl, I know you got some dreams. It ain't your fault he can't see you're a queen. I know you feel me through the speed.
I'm going to raise a little bit of the high mids.
Girl, I know you got some dreams.
Just to add a little bit more presence.
A queen. I know you feel me through the speed. Just hear my words and let them sink. Riding, riding.
And just narrow that down. And then cut out some of the lows and just give a shelf right here on this area. But I don't see so much of information on the low section.
Girl, I know you got some dreams.
Just lower some of the mid-range a little bit.
I know you feel me through the speed. Just hear my words and let them sink. Riding, riding.
So now what you want to do after this is you would want to add a compressor to really glue the voice nicely. But keep in mind that we are now adding these effects post the effects that are already on this vocal, the delay and the reverb as well. So with the compression that I'm going to do here, it has to be really slight. You don't want to add so much compression because now it's going to also affect the other effects that are on it. So the compression has to be really slight. So the compressor I usually go to when I'm mixing vocals is the CLA2A. This is my favorite compressor of all time, and this is usually one I usually pick because it's easy to use and it gives a really nice texture to the voice. But it doesn't give you so much controls as in to control exactly how you want your compressor to be set up. So let me just try it and see what I can get.
Girl, I know you got some dreams. It ain't your fault he can't see you're a queen. I know you feel me through the speed. Just hear my words and let them sink. Riding, 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 And when you're ready, you know.
Okay, so this is without.
Girl, I know you got some dreams.
Now this is with.
Girl, I know you got some dreams.
You can already hear that it added a little bit of gain, and it adds this analog warmth that I really love and I really enjoy, and it's just something that I really love. And I like to add this analog over here, the switch. Waves plugins usually have this analog, so sometimes you want to leave it around here on 60 hertz just to give that that analog feel to this vocal. So I'm just gonna keep it at that, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of distortion just to give the voice a little bit of body. And you can come into distortion here around fast dist. Now I don't know if you have headphones. If you have headphones in, you could already hear the little noise that just came up when I just added this distortion plugin. It raised up the warmth that the CLA2A is doing to the vocal already. So I'm just going to lower the threshold of this distortion, and then I'm going to find a sweet spot to where you don't necessarily hear it, but you can actually hear that the vocal is a bit fatter.
Girl, I know you got some dreams. It ain't your fault he can't see you're a queen.
Okay, so I'm going to play this vocal without this.
Girl, I know you got some dreams.
Now with.
Girl, I know you got some dreams.
There we go. Now you can hear the voice is much fatter and much thicker and sounds much better. So this is basically the treatment that I would give a vocal like this. This is only just to enhance the vocal. And another thing I would check before I actually finish this is to check for S's.
Just hear my words and let them sing. Just hear my words and let them sink right in. Just hear my words and let them sink.
Now let me add an EQ just to make sure it's not just my ears.
Girl, I know you got some dreams. It ain't your fault he can't see you're a queen.
So just pay attention to this section over here.
Just hear my words and let them sink right in.
It's coming really bright, so I just want to control that. I'm just going to lower this EQ because that EQ is not doing anything. And then I just want to add a de-esser. My favorite de-essers is usually the Fab Filter de-esser, or you can use the Spitfish de-esser, works fine as well. And also Waves has a really nice de-esser that they have. But today I think I'll just use the Fab Filter de-esser. I'll just come in here to single vocal and I'll just go male split band.
Girl, I know you got some dreams. It ain't your fault he can't see you're a queen.
So you can see the S's that it's cutting out.
Feel me through the speed.
There we go. That was an S.
Just hear my words and let them.
So if I want to just raise the threshold a little bit, just to let the S's come out a little bit more. I'll just solo this section over here.
Just hear my words and let them sink right in. Just hear my words and let them sink right. Just hear my words and let them sink right in. Just hear my words and let them sink right in.
And what I love is that the Fab Filter has this crossover over here, so you can actually move it and choose exactly the frequencies you want this effect, this de-essing to happen on. So I'm just going to choose over here on the highs. I don't want it to affect anything in the mid-range.
Just hear my words and let them sink right in. Just hear my words and let them sink right in. Just hear my words and let them sink right in. Just hear my words and let them sink right in.
There we go. So that's a perfect place. So now all I could just do is now delete that extra EQ that we're using to see. So that's basically it. That's basically what you would want to do to a vocal that's like this, that is not dry, that has a little bit of reverb and echo on it. Because what you need to pay attention to is not overcooking this vocal, because it has been cooked already. So if the person that recorded these vocals can tell you exactly what they did, it'll be much better for you, when you're trying to process these vocals, instead of you having to guess exactly what has been done. Because right now I'm not sure if there's any compression that's that happened to this vocal or not, but looking at the wave, it's a slight compression. It's not so much, so that's why I didn't over compress with my compressor. But if it was a dry vocal, I would have done much more in-depth compression. So if you like this video, if you find it really helpful, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you want to check out more content on this channel, and I'm gonna check you guys out in my next video. Peace. I'm X and I'm out.